One of the things that can help us keep or regain our perspective, and I've talked a lot about perspective and how critical it is for us to maintain our perspective on this blog. One of the ways to do that is to remember what we intended, to remember the vow that we have made in our lives, in our work lives, or in our personal lives. And the poem I want to bring you today is an amazing kind of example of that. It's the great poet William Wordsworth. And the setup for this poem, this was his opus poem called The Prelude, but this little section of this very long poem talks about the moment he knew that he decided that poetry was going to be his life. And I want to tell you that was no small decision, because he had tons of pressure from his family and many others not to be a poet. So here's what he said. He said it like this: "Ah, need I say, dear friends, need I say, dear friends, that to the brim my heart was full. I made no vows, but vows were made for me. Bond unknown to me was given, that I should be else shining greatly, a dedicated spirit, and on I walked in thankful blessedness, which yet today survives." Which yet today survives. Now, there's Wordsworth. He says, I made not vows, yet vows were made for me. That's the world coming to us and saying, this is what your intention is. This is what the world is calling out of you. And when we know that, when we are secure in what we are doing in terms of our vow, when we are fulfilling that vow, then our perspective is going to be perfect. Our perspective is going to be broad and helpful. Thanks for listening. Until next time and next poem.